think we're all kind of, I think we have a nice even keel between us. I don't think there's anyone really dirty on the bus, to be honest. I think everyone's generally respectful and pretty clean. I guess I don't really feel like that we're a hardcore scene band. Like, I think there's people that like hardcore that maybe like rival schools, but I wouldn't classify us. I don't think we would do really well in that scene. So I kind of feel that we have our own little rival schools world, and that scene is great. I love it. I mean, I think hardcore is one of those things that will always exist. It'll always be a little bit more or a little bit less. You know, it's kind of like ska, but like way smaller because it never had any hits. I was really into hardcore when I was like 16 years old, and I think it had a big impact on me, but I don't really follow it in the same way as I did at that time. I mean, I still feel part of it, of course, but I think it's like, I think of something, the Rolling Stones, you know, started off in R&B, you know, like rhythm and blues. So I mean, they're always drawn back to that in a way, but they're not like, you know, that band anymore, and they're not like necessarily knowing everything about the R&B scene anymore. Ian's straight edge, but not really. He doesn't consider himself straight edge. He just doesn't drink or do drugs or anything. Having been a part of that scene, I definitely feel it's important to me, but in terms of like the decisions I make or how I go about my life, like, no, I don't think about it too much. When we finished the touring cycle for United by Fate, our guitar player wanted to leave the band to do his own band, so that kind of set it in motion a little. We decided to kind of put it on a shelf, you know, with the idea of like, you know, if we wanted to do another album at some point, we could do it. And so after that time, I think maybe 2 years ago or so, Cash, the bass player, and the drummer Sam, really just kind of made a push to say, hey, listen, you know, our schedules are all far apart. If we don't try to make this happen, it won't happen. The idea is that we're going to make another album soon, you know, or wait 10 years. It's one or the other.
Love doesn't know anything.